Hey guys, it's your girl Miss Murder91 here, and welcome to the Raw Review for January 9th, 2017. Sorry, we've been a little busy trying to get our scheduling together. A lot of hectic things happening at work, so we're trying to work it here. So for now, we'll do what we can, and let's just get started. So, the beginning of Raw started with Stephanie telling Mick Foley that we're going to do a performance review and to see how he did for 2016. Seth Rollins comes in and says he is joining the Royal Rumble. Like a second after he came in, Braun Strowman pretty much came in and said, I want Roman Reigns or Goldberg. Of course, Goldberg's not there, and Roman's already in a match, of course. So, after that, Seth Rollins kind of got mad that Braun interrupted him, so they got into a fight. Stephanie said, if you don't get out, I'm firing all of you. Get out. And she told Mick that Undertaker better be there, because he was supposed to be there. It was only a rumor. So she said, you better produce The Undertaker. If you don't, we're going to have a problem. So that was the end of that. There was the match for the United States Championship, which was Roman Reigns versus Jericho and Kevin Owens. That match got changed. That was the first match of the night, but it got pushed to the last match of the night because Braun Strowman decided to come out and attack Roman Reigns. And then Seth Rollins came out to kind of help him and defend him. Excuse me, guys. So, Stephanie came out and said, this is not how we're going to start the match or the show. So, she put Seth Rollins versus Braun Strowman as the first match of the night. They pushed the Roman Reigns match to the end of the night. That ended up becoming the Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman match. Of course, craziness. Try to get rid of him quickly. That didn't work. Ended up becoming a double countout, with Braun Strowman actually dragging Seth Rollins on the ground by his leg. Braun Strowman decided to get a chair, and on the way in, Seth Rollins saw an advantage, and took that advantage and kicked the chair into Strowman's leg, and he hurt it, and then he couldn't get in because Seth Rollins ended up with the chair. So, Braun Strowman decided, I'm just going to leave. And that was the end of the match. Then, backstage, they showed Bayley and Sasha talking about that Bayley has an opportunity for the title at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, and that right after they're going to do Bayley versus Sasha. But Bayley's kind of like, I don't really want to do that. They've already seen that. And then Charlotte came out and kind of interrupted them. And then, as of course Charlotte's talking her own smack, Nia Jax comes out of nowhere and kind of like pushes Sasha Banks and throws Bayley around. And then Charlotte made the mistake of actually tapping, kind of like a congratulations sort of tap on the shoulder for Nia Jax. Nia Jax wasn't having that, so she kind of like pushed Charlotte to the back pushed her against the wall actually, and pretty much gave her a sign that said, I don't work for nobody. So, don't touch Nia Jax. Then we're at the Cruiserweights. Jack Gallagher or something like that versus Drew Gulak. I don't know how to say their names, guys. I'm so sorry if I butcher them. And so we know Jack is the gentleman and whatever not. So he's white. I'm sorry. He's really pale. That was kind of like how Sheamus was when he first started. It's insane. I'm sorry. I had to kind of like, because that was the first time I seen him on the show, so I was kind of like, whoa, the lights should not be so bright. But, so he won by pinfall, and then he actually called out a guy for 205. He called out Daivari for a parlay, and of course they had to ask, well, what's a parlay? And they said it's pretty much like a negotiation. And if the negotiation doesn't work out, then he said he would join him in fisticuffs, which is a fight, pretty much. So they pretty much are going to do that tonight on SmackDown for 205, after SmackDown. Then, of course, the thing that wasn't a rumor was that Shawn Michaels was there. So Shawn Michaels comes out. Backstage, he was learning how to do the dab. I don't know. He's... he wasn't really doing it right, but, I was laughing because it was funny. So, Shawn Michaels comes out, he talks about his new movie that he's in, and then Rusev and Mahal comes out to interrupt. Of course, Rusev is all about his wife, Lana, so he was like, CGI her in the movie, because then your movie would be great. If not, then your movie's gonna suck. So, after that was said, and Shawn Michaels was, well, what the hell? And so Big Cass comes out to kind of course, give the guys a piece of their minds. And they end up having a match with Rusev and Big Cass. It's supposed to be Rusev, but Rusev kind of like, no, I'm not having it. So he volunteered Mahal to do it. Jinder Mahal to do it. So it was Jinder Mahal versus Big Cass that night. Shawn Michaels pretty much said, I got nothing to do. So, I'll stay here, outside the ring, and I'll watch you guys fight. So he stayed. Rusev distracted Big Cass by trying to grab his legs. So while Rusev was distracting him, Big Cass turned around and was like, well, what the hell are you doing? And Jinder Mahal took that as an advantage. What Rusev didn't see was Shawn Michaels getting ready for some sweet chin music, and of course he ran into it. So, that happened. And when that happened, Jinder Mahal got distracted by the fact that Rusev got attacked. And then Big Cass took that advantage and was able to get the pinfall from that. So, the winner of that match was Big Cass by pinfall. And now, everyone's still waiting for Emelina's premiere to happen. It was supposed to happen a while ago, but something happened and she didn't premiere or debut. So we're still waiting on that. The next thing was that there was a match with Neville and Lince Dorado. I don't know if I wrote his first name right. Sorry if I did. So they did fantastically. That guy is amazing. Dorado is freaking good. He's amazing. And he tried so hard to be Neville, and Neville was really caught off guard by his speed and agility. But after a while, he got used to it, and so he ended up catching him in the Rings of Saturn. So he won. Neville won by submission, but that didn't stop there. Neville eventually did go back and attack Dorado in the ring. And so Swan ended up coming out to go and help him. So that's what ended up happening. Of course, Neville wasn't for that, so he left completely. Because he was definitely outmatched by Swan. Swan pretty much threw him everywhere, beat him up everywhere, kicked him all over the place. He's got a couple of hits in, so Neville kind of just left after that. The next match was Luke Gallows and Sheamus. Now, Carl Anderson and Cesaro were at the commentary. Carl Anderson the whole time was complaining that Cesaro... Sorry, guys. That Cesaro was in the commentary table. It was his time to commentate. Whatever. Anderson got so mad after a while that he attacked Cesaro. He distracted Sheamus because Sheamus was getting ready for a bro kick. And Sheamus was like, well, what the hell is happening? And Gallows took that as an advantage. Almost got it. No dice. 2 pinfall only. And then Cesaro turned the tables on Carl Anderson and distracted Gallows after that. And Gallows was like, Carl, what are you doing? Hurry up, come on. What is happening? And he turned around and Sheamus bro kicked him. And that was for the win. So Sheamus wins by pinfall. Now backstage, Roman Reigns says that at the end of the match, when he's in the match for his championship, he will be still the champion. There's no nothing wrong with what's happening and things like that. So we'll see what happens at the end of the match. Sorry guys, trying to get rid of the background. So Mick Foley after that comes out of the ring and talks to the Undertaker. His time, Stephanie gave him a time limit of an hour. That time limit ended. He went out alone. He kind of was like, I'm calling on to you now, Undertaker, come out from the depths of, the darkness and help me and come out. And the lights went off and it was a false alarm because Stephanie came out after that. And she pretty much was like, I'm going to do a evaluation on you now. You forced my hand. So she said there was a couple of good things he did, but then there was 2 steps back, that he always did something wrong. But then it sounded like Stephanie was going to fire Mick Foley at that point. And right as she was saying, what do you think I should do because of your performance? Right as she said that, the bells chimed, the lights went out, and it took a while. I really thought it was a false alarm because everything was happening, but no Undertaker. He kind of took a while, but he did show up. So he pretty much showed up and said, I don't belong to no one. And he got in Stephanie's face and said, I don't have to come here for no one. I'm not ordered around. I'm not a pet. But then he pretty much said, I'm going to New Orleans where I lost my streak. And I'm going to redeem myself. And I'm here to tell everyone that I've entered in the Royal Rumble match. So, not only now do we have Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, we now have The Undertaker joining. And as that was being said, Braun Strowman was in the background, watching the TV. They showed him watching The Undertaker talk, and he pretty much looked very interested. And Braun Strowman is in the Royal Rumble, so he wants all 3 of these guys. So we'll see what happens during the Royal Rumble. This is going to be a very, very powerhouse Royal Rumble. I would be scared. Now, there was a match with Sasha Banks, Bayley, Charlotte, and Nia Jax. That was okay. I think they need to give Nia Jax a little bit more something to do. She doesn't really do a lot in the ring. She does maybe about 8 moves. Comes in, goes out, comes in, goes out. She's not doing anything. So the winner of that match was Sasha and Bayley. Actually, no. Yes, I believe it was Sasha and Bayley. So they had a interview in the background for Kevin Owens and Jericho. They pretty much talked about the titles. The title that they're both Universal Champions and they're going to be both United States Champion. Whatever. I didn't really care because I don't like them. So, then after that, the New Day and Titus O'Neil were in the ring. And what ended up happening was that Titus O'Neil still wants to be in the New Day. And I don't know what the fascination is about being in the New Day. I don't. But he wants to be in it badly. So they played a little dud clip of him carrying some beer canister or something and falling. So they told him, carry it around one more time around the ring. We'll give you 12 seconds, 12.7 seconds to run around the ring and hit the finish line. He carried it all around the ring and then dropped it right before his foot got to the other end of the tape. So they pretty much told him, you're not a member. You failed. And he got pissed and just walked off. Now, this was the last match of the night, guys. It was Roman Reigns versus Jericho and Kevin Owens. You heard me right. Two people. It was a 2-on-1 match, handicap match. So, of course, Jericho and Kevin Owens, both at the same time. Not at the same time. They had to tag in and out. But in the beginning, Roman Reigns wasn't waiting for nobody to get to the ring. So he just took off and just started attacking them, hoping that they would weaken if he just got one and then got rid of the other one and then just pushed the one into the ring and he'd be good. He almost locked Jericho in the shark cage. That didn't work because Owens got it right out. So, right after that, they pretty much dragged Roman back to the ring. And he got up and he was like, the match is just going to start. I want to keep doing this. So, they pretty much continued this match. Right after that, Roman tried, but the numbers was too much for him. They were getting him from outside, inside. It was so hectic for him. And so Jericho hit the code breaker. And Jericho is the new United States champion. Yes. If no one knows this stat, here's the fact. Jericho has never been United States champion before. This is the first time in his entire career that he has been United States champion. And that's it, you guys. So, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you all again next time. Bye.